Previously on Sailing Bohemia, the captain went up the mast to repair our broken wind instrument, but not without some safety precautions from the first mate.
So I'll make sure we sign the life insurance documents today.
We made the short hop down to Los Angeles village to stock up for the next 6 weeks of remote cruising, and we said a fond farewell to our flotilla before setting off solo on our slow journey across the Sea of Cortez. We are on our way to Ensenada El Alcaran, which is supposed to be a lovely, nice anchorage in a new part of the Sea of Cortez that we haven't been to before. So looking forward to seeing that. Today we have some southerly winds, and the anchorage we're headed to is exposed to the south, which could be a problem. We're going to see how comfortable it is at the moment. Right now we are entering a transitionary phase in the weather, where the summer southerly winds are starting to give way to winter northerlies. Okay, so change of plan. We rocked up at the place we wanted to go to, Ensenada El Alcaran, but it was no good. The wind is a little stronger than forecast, so we changed our plans. The swell is coming in too thick and fast, and so we are going to have to move on to another anchorage which has perfect protection from the south, which is called the Animas slot, and it's one that we've been looking forward to going to for quite some time. It's supposed to be really special, so not so bad in the grand scheme of things, but that's the way it goes.
Can we read?
Yeah.
Be much more comfortable now. We were healing like crazy.
It feels very suddenly.
Yeah, and learn from our lesson. Once we see 80, 90 knots of wind, we are reefing. I'm not quite sure whether we are heading the right direction. There seems to be a massive storm cell just forming over there.
So the Animas slot is just over here, about a mile away. We made it most of the way under sail, which is great, but now the wind has started to really howl over these mountains. It's really accelerating it. We're going to finish off the journey probably under motor power, just to point straight into it. And I really hope there's going to be some better shelter when we arrive from the wind.
Well, it's absolutely howling, and the swell is not very little either. And this is where we are anchoring, just over here. So, yeah, I'm not quite sure about that. We've sailed for about 5 or 6 hours now, tacking one way and the other to find a quiet, peaceful anchorage. I'm not sure whether this was the wisest decision.
Blame the captain. At least there's someone to point the finger at. Oh, there it is.
Ooh, it looks lovely. It's totally deceiving. From the sea, it just looked like, oh my god, we need to be anchoring here with all the wind and the swells. But once you're inside of this slot, it's just so peaceful and absolutely stunning.
33.
Okay, shall I drop?
Yeah, you can drop. This is a really special place. It's exceeded my expectations so far. We just got here.
Please do not disturb, I'm hard at work. My thumb needs to be pressed for several minutes.
nice to have one of those jobs that you can't just be replaced with a bit of tape.
Oh, it's really hard. I hope to win the Employee of the Month race.
You're right on track for most improved. You should have seen him last time.
How much longer?
I think we're nearly done. I'm going to go back and check, yeah? We don't want to let too much out.
Yeah, because... Oh, there you go. See, it wouldn't stop. I haven't been trained. Our sonar, our depth sounder is still not working. Tom tried to fix it, but just like with any other job on Bohemia, why fix something once when you can fix it twice, eh?
Okay, so we're in, the anchor is set, but it's a tricky anchorage. The seabed rises very steeply. We dropped the anchor in 35 feet and then we backed up, and we've got less than 15 feet under the back of our boat right now, which is a little bit uncomfortable because we're on a +5 tide. So at low tide, that's going to take us down to about 10 feet, and we're kind of waiting for some northerly swell to come in and northerly wind. So not a fantastic comfort margin, but let's see what it is. I'll set the snubber. I'm going to wind it in a bit before I set the snubber so we don't end up letting more chain out, and we'll see how we end up. Might need to put a mask and snorkel on and have a look around.
Tell you how we end up on a beach.
With room for only 2 small boats, picture-perfect surroundings, and fantastic shelter, the slot quickly became one of our favorite anchorages on the Baja. Our time here was a fitting end to a great summer cruising the Northern Sea of Cortez, before starting our trip across the sea to the Mexican mainland.
Welcome to my domain. We arrived in paradise, and look what I'm doing. So, banana cake is ready. Just doing a little breakfast as well, and to celebrate that we've arrived in true paradise, it's a laundry day. Yay! See, it's not all about the fun. There's chores, and I wonder what the captain is doing. Busy?
Just enjoying my morning coffee with emails.
See, I have evidence. Bohemia behind the scenes.
Bohemia's ever-supportive captain waited patiently for the first mate to finish all his chores, before suggesting that it was about time for him to go and catch dinner.
You feeling lucky?
Yeah, I've got to say, since we were hanging out with Makani, Frez did most of the spearfishing, so I need to get back to my hunting skills. Although my flipper is totally dead, and it holds together with the string, so I'm not quite sure.
Excuses, excuses.
I know, excuses.
Well, that scared all the fish away. Looks like Peter's just got something big. He asked for the second spear, so that's usually a good sign.
Oh yeah, that will be a nice dinner tonight. Tom's favourite leopard grouper. Just as ordered.
I put in my order over an hour ago, now that you mention it.
I'm exhausted.
Service is terrible
lick and
around
quick
here.
before it takes it. Well, that was a really good day spearfishing. That's enough fish for a whole week. Got 2 wonderful leopard groupers for the dinners and 1 triggerfish for the ceviche. So really good. Good job that I've washed the boat today, because now it's just gonna reek of fish.
It took a while, but watching the first mate do all his chores finally inspired the captain into action.
No rest for the wicked. We got into this anchorage and I got fed up with our Raymarine depth sounder not reading anything useful. It's been stuck on 13 feet for about the past 2 years. When we were going down the Pacific coast, it was reading 13 feet the whole time. We had a digital fish finder. I removed that and I'm trying to wire up the sonar, the depth sounder, directly to the instruments. We've got a tridata on here which can take a depth sounder input. So I've had to pull the cable all the way through and up to the binnacle. It's always a nasty job. The whole boat is apart right now. But we had a few encouraging readings when I was hooking it up downstairs just to test it out. So I hope that this is going to bring back at least some depth measurements so we don't have to lean off the transom with our handheld the whole time when we're dropping the anchor. So let's see what happens.
Every time the engine starts, I have a huge relief. I'm just waiting for that day. Oh, it wouldn't start.
What's he trying to say about my maintenance? I'm not quite sure.
The time came to lift anchor for the last time and wave a sad goodbye to northern Baja California, as we set out to cross the Sea of Cortez in search of the promised palm trees, coconuts, and palapas that would no doubt be waiting for us on the Mexican mainland. Join us next time on Sailing Bohemia, where
Goodbye, Baja.
we begin our journey across the Sea of Cortez, visiting Isla Saucipuedes. And we make it to Isla San Esteban, where we encounter its unique native inhabitants. Special thanks in this episode go to our newest patrons, Daniel and his wife Jamie, who enjoy sailing the beautiful Californian coast.
Cheers! Cheers!
Daniel and Jamie, thank you so much, and here's to you. If you enjoyed this episode, then please don't forget to tell YouTube all about it by leaving a comment, giving the video a like, and subscribing to the channel. See you next time!